A fine afternoon for baseball at Turner Field. It's the Marlins and the Braves, and it's coming up next. MLB The Show is proud to welcome you to another edition of Major League Baseball. Today it's a battle of NL East rivals, as it'll be the Florida Marlins taking on the Atlanta Braves. And hello again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian here to call the action. Alongside me, trusty colleagues Dave Campbell and Rex Hudler. And Dave, as the veteran member of our booth, we turn to you first. What catches your eye in this matchup?
Well, one guy who really gives it his all out there is Nate McLeod. Not only does he play Gold Glove caliber outfield, but here's a guy who was just one stolen base shy of being a 2020 guy last year. You'll take those two numbers anytime you can get them.
All right, Dave, thanks. Rex will be along in a moment, but first let's check out the starting lineup for the visiting Marlins. It's brought to us by State Farm. At home or away, State Farm is there. And there's a look at the starter this lineup will match up against as you take a look at his line on the right side of your screen. A look at the Braves alignment behind him, featuring a former Gold Glover, Nate McLeod, in center field. And Johnny Damon is on his way to the box as we're just about ready for baseball. Now a swing and a little soft liner here. Well, there to take it is Escobar, and that's a tough out number one.
Boy, so important to get that first out of a game, especially for a rookie pitcher. Hopefully, that'll settle him down a bit, because you're a little tight.
Leadoff man retired. Here's the left fielder, Chris Coughlin. Hit hard to the right side, but foul. Cut fastball above the letters, a ball and a strike. Very nice afternoon, high skies and 77 degrees at game time. Coughlin awaiting the 1-1. Now a swing, and he pops it foul behind the plate. And McCann will stay with this one for out number two.
Well, this was a good fastball, and you can see the path on swing track. It really came into his kitchen there and kept him from getting his arms extended.
Hanley Ramirez will step in now, hoping to extend his hitting streak to 8 games here. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
And he's coming off a 5 RBI game yesterday, so he'd like to replicate that if he can.
Outside for a ball, 1-1. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away. And we're just underway from Turner Field. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
The longer this at-bat goes, the more it swings into a hitter's favor.
And this is near the line, but foul wide of first. And a foul ball straight back. Tried to get him with the cutter, but it's a full count, 3-2.
Oh, and these two guys are locked in a battle now.
Here's the payoff pitch. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here. And he just manages to stay alive here as he fights this one foul. And this one runs in on him as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there, and the inning is over. So a fairly painless top of the first. And now the Braves will get their initial shot here. No score. And now the starting lineup for the host Braves looks like this. It's again brought to us by State Farm. And on the mound to face this lineup, there you see the numbers for the hard-throwing right-hander Josh Johnson. And in the field, the Marlins will align themselves like this. Bottom of the first straight ahead as Yunel Escobar steps in to get him started. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. And Escobar swings right through that one as he falls behind here. No balls and 2 strikes.
And it looks like he's locked in right from the word go.
And Escobar swings and misses, and he's down on strikes, 1 away.
You think he was fired up to get started in this game? 3 pitches, fastball, fastball, and fastball. See you later.
So 1 away now, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Martin Prado. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
And this guy wore the collar yesterday, an 0-for-4 game.
Now the pitch. Now a swing and a ball grounded foul off to the right side. And he'll try to get him to chase the fastball there, but he lays off. 1-2.
Oh, that's a good eye. Never even thought about going after that one.
Bases are empty, one man out. Now here's the pitch. And that's taken outside for a ball, so he's worked it back to 2-2 now.
And he likes to throw that slider off the fastball. Might want to make a mental note of that one.
Took something off there, but this is hit well anyway, out to deep center. Lots of room out there for Damon as he takes it for out number 2. So now 2 gone here in the inning for Chipper Jones. Down and in here, 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, looking to run that thing back to the low inside corner, but that's not one guys will chase very often.
And that misses. 2-0.
And he's digging himself a hole right here. It's hard to get veteran hitters to chase stuff like that.
On the way. And this pitch is hit hard as it'll fall into right field for their first hit of the ball game.
First base runner of the ball game now for either team, and it comes with 2 outs in the home first. Now what the cleanup guy do next, things could all of a sudden get a little interesting here.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and that'll bring in the all-star catcher, Brian McCann. And over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw not nearly in time as he reaches it first.
And after a good start to the ball game on the mound, back-to-back 2-out hits here from the number 3 and 4 guys in the lineup have set him up nicely now. The middle of the lineup's already showing how dangerous it can be here just in the first inning.
2 men on, 2 out, and digging in the left-handed hitter, Nate McLeod. He misses inside with that one, ball 1.
And this is the time you want to get a jump on this guy if you can. Get him while he's still getting settled.
And now a swing and a routine fly ball out towards center. And there to handle this one is Damon, and the inning is over. Braves fail to score in the first. We'll head to the second now at Turner Field. No score here on the show. Dan Uggla leads things off now in the top half of the second. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0.
Not a bad spot to miss. He might even go chase it out there.
High with the cut fastball, and he's behind 2-0.
And he's had a pretty good look at those first two pitches. Be aware, 2-0.
And he gets this one over at the knees for the first strike.
Just no way to even try and get extended on that fastball down there.
Swinging a hard-hit ball back up the middle. And the Marlins are into the hit column. There's their first base hit.
Well, you can't fault the pitch location here. Have a look. They know he has trouble with the ball down, but he beats them at their own game. That's just good hitting.
Jorge Cantu will get his first shot at it here. Here's the first offering. And that's in there for strike one.
Got to bend the knees and go down and get that one.
And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Too low with a fastball there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a big cut at the breaking ball, but he comes up empty, and that's the first out.
And you'll see here from behind home plate, look at the rotation on this thing. It starts up around the shoulders and then boom! That's a hard late break.
Cody Ross will get his first opportunity now. In there, 0-1.
Nah, you don't want that one. Let him bring you something straighter.
No score here as we play inning number 2. Comes set, now the pitch. And this is swung on and pretty well hit. Out to deep left center field. Cabrera back to the track as he takes it for out number 2.
Very close to being a 2-run homer. That thing peters out and dies a bit on the warning track, and that forces the runner to retreat back to first.
John Baker digs in at the plate. First pitch coming. And that's in there for a strike.
Yeah, and that fastball showing plenty of life to it in these first couple of innings.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Trying to work that thing back to the outer half. Good spot.
Now a fastball that just misses here as the count moves to 2-1.
And it's pretty clear they've decided to work him up in the zone here as they've gone up with the last 3 pitches.
Down the line, but this will kick foul.
Foul ball, that's out.
2 out with the man at first. And he holds off on the breaking ball, so the count runs full.
And with the count full now, the runner on first should be off with the pitch here.
Here's the full count offering. And now here's a ball grounded foul over toward third. Swinging a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. And Escobar will make the catch, and that ends the inning. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2, and we are tied 0-0. Melky Cabrera will start things off in the bottom of the second. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
Real good location with that fastball early on.
Here it comes. Now we'll try to beat one out here, but this will be just foul. Trying to get Cabrera to chase there, but it's 1-2.
Here's where he likes to bust guys in with that slider. That could be coming next.
And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Try again, 1-2. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. And he gets around on one and hits it high and deep to straightaway right. Leaping, and he makes a terrific catch as he bangs into the wall.
And let's get another look at this on our State Farm Show motion cam. You'll see him tracking this, and now freeze it. That is concentration because he knows that once we roll this video, he's going to take a jolt. And that hurts.
Barbaro Canizares steps in now. First offering on the way. In there, and it's 0-1.
And on paper, this shouldn't be much of a matchup, but they don't play the games on paper.
Two straight fastballs now as he powers ahead 0-2.
Woo! Welcome to the show, young man.
Bottom of the second here with no score. And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high 1-2. And now a pitch on the way. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
And now's where I think you have to sit changeup and react fastball.
Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
From 0-2 to 3-2, he is really making him work out there.
And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. The 3-2 pitch. Got him.
And one thing you learn real quick as a rookie, yeah, the fields are better, the lighting's better, and the buffet's a lot better, but the pitching's better too. You can't just read and react anymore. You gotta be thinking up there every pitch.
Matt Diaz will be the batter. And this is on the ground toward the hole. Dive, but it's just past his outstretched glove for a base hit.
Well, a good 2-out at bat right there, and at the very least, this will allow the pitcher to hit now instead of having to lead off the next inning.
Sergio Delgado will be the batter. Fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Hit on the ground to shortstop. They'll go the short way to Ugla for the force out, and that'll end the inning. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We played 2 full, and we are tied 0-0. Mike Harp ready to go here as we begin the 3rd. And this one's down off the shoe tops, 1-0. And 2-0 as this one's taken low.
And let's see if he makes him throw a strike here.
Swing and a ground ball towards the hole. And that's past the diving infielder for a base hit. And this is something you don't want to see. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast that he was going to try to play through the hamstring injury, but it certainly looks from up here that he's re-aggravated it somehow. Diori Hernandez is off the bench now as he'll take over at second following the injury. Josh Johnson will stand in what would appear to be a sacrifice situation here. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball 1.
And the infield's all set to play the bunt should this guy get one down.
The 1-0 pitch. And they'll indeed have the pitcher squaring around as he puts this one down. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
Pitchers spend a lot of time on this in batting practice, and it works out here as he's able to move that runner into scoring position with just one out.
Johnny Damon will stand in. A line-out victim his first time. And this is hit to the right side, but it'll wind up foul down the line at first. In the air to straightaway center field. McLeod is there now, and he has it, 2 gone. The relay throw, and he is in there. Chris Coughlin will dig in. He popped out in foul territory his first time. First pitch on the way. And a fairly generous strike call there on a pitch that looked off the plate. It's strike 1.
And Mac Harvey's strike zone is one of the better ones around, but that didn't look like a great call there.
No score at this point, but a 2-out hit could get a runner in from third. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2.
He'll leave that one alone.
And a hanger as he gives this one a pretty good ride out to deep center. McLeod is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. 1 left for Florida. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring in the shortstop, Yunel Escobar. First pitch to him. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. And a fastball in there for a strike, 1-1.
I don't blame him for taking that. That is some heavy-duty heat right there.
Now ball hit toward third, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the 2-seamer, and that's out number 1.
Not the greatest of starts for him here this afternoon. He has looked pretty overmatched in his first 2 at-bats, both strikeouts.
Diori Hernandez will take his cuts now. And he gets around on the fastball here as this is hit fairly well out toward left field. Coughlin there to grab it as that becomes out number 2.
And these 2 starters are matching each other stride for stride here in the early going. And out away here from a 1-2-3 bottom of the 3rd.
Chipper Jones will dig in. He singled his first time around. lays off 1-0. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Swing, and he pulls the fastball that time high in the air toward fairly deep right center. Ross is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Down in order go the Braves. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Hanley Ramirez will get things going here for Florida with Dan Uggla to follow. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1.
Tough guy to face here to start this inning.
Two and 0.
And he's got a tough task here going through the 3, 4, and 5, so you hate to fall behind the first guy.
This one's over at the knees, 2 and 1. Now the 2-1 pitch. And a strike on the fastball, so from 2-0, it's 2 and 2 now.
And they might be close to zeroing in on him. That was a pretty good hack there.
Here's a curveball that's laid off that time. It's full 3 and 2.
This is a big pitch coming up. You do not want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless ball game.
Now a ground ball towards the hole. And a step on first for the out, 3 unassisted. So with one away, let's punch up the graphic and show you the pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters here in the 4th inning. And whoa, look at that for a top speed. 98 miles an hour. That man is flat dealing. So 1 gone now for Dan Uggla. Now the first pitch. Grounded foul toward the coaching box at third. Sticks with the fastball here as he forges ahead 0-2.
And from what I've seen so far, these guys are going to have a lot of trouble scoring this afternoon.
Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground towards short. Oh, there's Escobar. On to first, and a good stretch over there is going to get him by a step for the second out.
Boy, great range to go get this one. This is headed to center field, but he's able to dive to his left and quickly gather himself and fire to first for the out.
And so 2 are gone now for Jorge Cantu. And this is bounced weakly down the line, a foul ball. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball, 1-1. he'll look at a fastball here that's close, but it's 2-1 now. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Now a swing and a ground ball for Escobar at shortstop. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. One, two, three go the Marlins. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Scores from around the National League on a Saturday afternoon, presented by the National Baseball Hall of Fame. And you'll see a number of games under the lights later on this evening. Brian McCann will lead things off here in the home half of the 4th. Good fastball out of Johnson there, and it's strike 1. And the pitch. And there's ball 1. Good idea with the change, but it's 2-1. One's going to bounce up to the plate. An easy take there, and it's 3-1 now.
And now in a 0-0 game, you'll happily take a leadoff walk here.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Just the first walk he's allowed in the game so far. That's been one of the main reasons why he's kept him off the scoreboard to this point.
Nate McLeod will step in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Has a look, now the pitch. Ball 1.
And sometimes you just let a guy work his own way into trouble and then take advantage.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. Change up low, 2-0.
6 straight now out of the zone here to start this inning.
Two and 1 now.
And the second time through, these guys are starting to show a little more patience at the plate. That should pay off in the long run.
I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Boy, and a good job anticipating that pitch in the dirt.
Now the 3-2 pitch. And a tough pitch to lay off of on 3-2, but no signal from Mac Harvey. It's ball 4.
And boy, those last few pitches there were nowhere close to the strike zone. When you've got 2 strikes on a guy, you've got a little more margin for error, but not that much.
Melky Cabrera will dig in here. He flew out his first time around. Now he runs up and gets this one down. Only play for Johnson is at first, so the sacrifice is successful.
Very hard for a right-handed pitcher to field the ball, then square his shoulders to third, so he wisely just took the out at first instead. Sacrifice successful.
Barbaro Canizares will dig in here. Took a called third strike his first time. Not quite sure what was wrong with that one, but it's 1-0.
And this is a big opportunity here for a young player to prove himself to his new ball club.
Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. And this is swung on and bounced out to Ugla at second. On to the first baseman, Clark, 2 away.
Just needed to get one on the ground to get that go-ahead run home, so he does the job.
Matt Diaz will stand in. Base hit his first time around. My gracious, where did that pitch miss? It's called ball 1.
Boy, the difference between starting out 0-1 or up 1-0 is huge in a hitter's eyes. He caught a break there.
And now here's a ball grounded foul over toward third. Two and one.
And this is a guy you want because you'd love to have the pitcher leading off in the bottom of the 5th.
Two and two.
And already we're seeing a lot of deep counts early in the ball game. These can really start to pile up if you're not careful.
1 run on 3 hits and no errors so far for Atlanta. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. So they scratch across a run here on no hits, no errors, and a man left. We played 4 full. Braves lead this one 1-0. Cody Ross will try it again. He flew out his first time. Right there for strike 1.
And he's just 2 over the minimum here in this 5th inning of work, so they've yet to get a sustained rally going against him.
And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
And he's done everything right on the mound so far. The mistakes have been almost non-existent.
he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. And a hanger as he gives this one a pretty good ride out to deep center. And McLeod will look this one in for the first out.
And as we take a look at his pitch count here, you can see he's exactly double the number of strikes versus balls. That's just about where you want to be.
John Baker will dig in here. He flew out his first time around. Swinging a high chopper. Throw gets him, 2 down.
And I'll tell you what, with the 8th place hitter due up, you love to get a 1-2-3 here and force that pitcher to lead off the following inning.
Mike Karp will dig in. He singled his first time around. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a little soft liner to the left side, but foul. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Oh, 2 pitch is a curveball that misses 1-2. And a swing and a miss as all he could do was reach out in vain for that one, and the side is retired. Florida down in order. They're down 1-0. Sergio Delgado will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Now here's the first pitch. At the knees, strike 1.
One's the count. Oh, no!
Right field. Ross has to come in a few steps, but he has it for out number 1.
And he's able to retire his opposite number there, as these two guys have pretty much matched each other pitch for pitch so far.
So 1 away now, and here's the shortstop, Yunel Escobar. And this will find the seats behind the first base dugout. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1.
And this crowd's fallen into a bit of a lull here in the middle innings.
Swing and a line drive to left. Coughlin is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
And you'll see on this replay, this pitch is up, and he puts a pretty good jolt into it. He's just a little unlucky as it stayed up a bit too long.
Diori Hernandez will try it again. He flew out his first time. Fouled back. Fouled straight back. And a slider, called strike 3 as he couldn't pull the trigger and the side is retired. Braves are set down 1-2-3, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Josh Johnson will stand in to lead things off as the Marlins look to get things started here in their half of the 6th. Now here's the first pitch. And that misses for ball 1.
And these guys could really use a leadoff base runner here.
And now the lefty Eric O'Flaherty's up and throwing in the Braves bullpen. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. And a foul pop behind the plate. And the catch made here by McCann, and that's the first down.
Make it 10 straight guys retired now as he gets the leadoff man here to start the inning.
Leadoff man retired now for Johnny Damon. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
And let's see if he can get a little something going in a 1-0 game.
1 out, nobody on. And he misses again, 2-0.
And let's see if he goes to his comfort zone now. That fastball down and away.
And here's a fastball for a strike, 2-1 now.
Third time through the lineup for these guys now, and they haven't done a whole lot to this point.
Now a ball lined back over second. But the shortstop won't have far to go to haul this one in, and there are 2 away.
And this has been a tight ball game so far. If 1 or 2 of these start falling in, things could change in a hurry. Not here, though.
Chris Coughlin will dig in, 0 for 2 thus far. Here's the first offering. And this is low, ball 1.
And now at the plate, you got to do something to get this guy out of the role he's been on.
Now a bullet foul as the third base coach had to give it the old Olay that time. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate.
Boy, and even when that thing misses, that's a good pitch.
Swing and a ball headed towards the hole. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Chipper Jones step in now and lead things off for the Braves. He'll be followed by Brian McCann waiting on deck. In there, strike one.
And this is the right part of the lineup to maybe get something started for once.
Now here's the pitch. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike.
Not a whole lot of action on the scoreboard so far. This crowd's been pretty quiet.
Fastball called strike, 1-2. And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other, one away.
Good pitch to get the first out in the sixth. You see his numbers to this point in the game, just one run allowed on 3 hits. He's been tough out there so far.
So one away now for Brian McCann. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
And even though he's pitching well, this is the part of the order that he's really got to worry about.
And we're going to get a stoppage here as, well, we talked about him pitching through the shoulder injury back in the open, and it looks that he very obviously has done something to re-aggravate it. Raniel Pinto will be summoned now to take over following the injury. Now a hard hit ball back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
And as a hitting coach, that's what you want your hitters to do. Hit the ball right back up the middle. You get into bad habits when you try to pull everything, but here he just stays right on it and picks up a solid 1-out single.
Nate McLeod will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Lefty against lefty here as this is taken for a ball. 1-0.
And he's looking for his first hit of the game to try to push his hitting streak up to 5 games.
2-0.
And when you need a double play ball, I don't see the logic of working this guy up in the zone.
Lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike. 2-1.
Ah, boy, when you're a middle-of-the-lineup guy and you get a good one to hit 2-0, you got to turn it loose.
And this one's low here, so the count swells to 3-1.
Good hitters count here. He can afford to be selective.
Here he comes, 3-1. And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with only one away.
And at 3-1, you can afford to look for something up a little, so he wasn't going to bite on that low one.
So it's a tight spot here. First and second, one man out, and striding in is the left fielder, Melky Cabrera. This is off the corner and low, ball 1.
And these guys better hope his location clears itself up pretty soon.
Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1.
Now if you're Atlanta, you've got to come up with a key hit here. That's been missing.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he comes back with a pitch right down the middle for strike 2.
Yeah, with a single and a walk to his ledger so far, this would be a great time to add a strikeout as well.
And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
And you cannot afford to walk him here, so let's see if they stay with the hard stuff on 3 and 2.
And he misses again, ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
And he's managed to load the bases now, despite just one hit in the inning. Got to find a way to bounce back out there.
Barbaro Canizares will step in, 0 for 2 with a run batted in thus far. Starts him out with a changeup off the plate for ball 1.
And the one piece of good news here, this guy's a double play waiting to happen.
And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees.
And you've got to throw strikes to this guy, especially with the bases loaded.
2-0 count, the pitch. Ball swung on and lifted in the air with some carry out towards left center. Damon is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. And that's going to be a sac fly and an RBI as he scores from third.
Well, this is the kind of at-bat you'd normally see from a cleanup hitter. He gets the RBI here anyway, but boy, he did not miss that pitch by much.
Matt Diaz will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First pitch coming. foul ball straight back. In on the hands that time, 1-1.
And it's imperative that you get a good jump out there at second right now, and first for that matter.
Swing and a miss on a pitch outside, 1-2 now.
And I'd maybe try to make him chase even a little further out of the zone here.
He's ready now, the pitch. And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. 7th inning coming up. The Braves lead it 2-0. And since we saw the National League earlier, let's take a look at what's happening in the American League on our out-of-town scoreboard. Hanley Ramirez get things going here for Florida with Dan Uggla to follow. Here's the first pitch to him. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
Well, let's see if he can maybe get a little offense going.
And here's a fastball that he takes the other way out to fairly deep right. Diaz is there, and he has it for the out.
And here we get a look at his pitches by inning to this point in the contest. He's at a total of 81 right now, so that count's starting to creep up just a little.
Dan Uggla will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Pitch on the way. In there for strike 1, 0-1.
And they've got the right guy at the plate, but at the wrong time. He needs to be hitting with a runner on base somewhere.
Takes a good swing, but this will be a foul ball. And he misses there, 1-2.
And this is the section of the lineup that really needs to start doing something here.
Boy, late on the curveball here, yet he's still able to drive this one deep down the right field line. And that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. So a solo home run for Dan Uggla. Home run number 9 on the year, and the Marlins have made this a 2-1 game.
Well, not only does the shutout disappear in one fell swoop, but now all of a sudden this becomes a much closer ball game. We'll see if they want to let him go a little longer here.
Jorge Cantu will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. Now the first pitch. In there, no balls and a strike.
And he hasn't faced a whole lot of adversity on the mound so far. Let's see how that home run affects him.
he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1.
And now that the shutout's gone, if he's not careful, his win could go out the window with it.
And now it looks like the right-hander Peter Moylan is up to throw in the Atlanta bullpen.
Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike.
And this is a good time in the ballgame to be selective. Go ahead and run that pitch count up a bit.
A 2-1 offering. Over at the knees, and that's the 2nd strike.
And now you got to get inside a pitcher's head. What's he going to come with on 2-2?
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fouled back. And Cantu swings and misses at that one as he's set down for out number 2.
I always thought you could tell a lot about a pitcher the way he responds to the next hitter after a home run. Some guys get that glazed over look to him, but you could see he'd kept his focus and his composure.
Cody Ross will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And that misses inside, 1-0.
And he's not going to swing at borderline pitches. He knows what his assignment is.
And that's just off the corner and low, ball 2.
He's got to find a way to get on any way he can.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. Not very aggressive there as that's down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, he just drops that splitty right in there.
And this is swung on and grounded to Escobar at short. Throw to first in plenty of time, and his side is retired. 1 for the Marlins on the home run by Dan Uggla. Get up and stretch. It's the Braves 2 and the Marlins 1. New pitcher set to come on here as Corey Wade makes his way toward the mound. David Ross is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the 7th. Goes after the first one here and sends it on the ground for Uggla at second. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Had to reach out of the zone that time, and all he could do was hit it the other way off the end of the bat, where it was an easy play for the second baseman.
Yunel Escobar will try again. 0 for 3 thus far. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. And the fastball here is hit on the ground but foul.
Hit hard but foul. And look out. He has to back away there and then give a little glare out to the mound. It's ball 2.
Whew, and he might have seen his life flash before his eyes there.
Sliced down the line at first. On to first with it is Karp to record the out. Diori Hernandez will stand in 0 for 2 thus far. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
And this has been a great inning out of the pen. Let's see if he can finish it strong.
Using the fastball exclusively here, it's 0-2.
2 strikes, 2 outs. Time to turn it loose now.
Now here it comes. And a little battle brewing here as he fights off the 2-strike pitch and chops it foul. We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. And he goes the other way with the fastball as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Damon will get under it though, and he puts it away to retire the side. Down in order go the Braves. They still lead it 2-1. New pitcher coming on now. It's a submariner from down under. Seems fitting, the Australian-born Peter Moylan. John Baker will step in. He's 0 for 2 to this point. Too low, 1-0.
And these guys would love to see the bottom of the order get some offense going.
The next pitch. And he watches one miss outside, 2-0 now.
Having a hard time finding the strike zone here to start the 8th.
Change up, and he can't buy a strike here. 3-0.
And with a potential tying run at the plate, you can't give up a leadoff walk here.
And he lays off, ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
This will set the manager's blood boiling. You're working with a slim lead late in the ballgame and you walk the leadoff guy. That just can't happen.
Mike Karp will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Change up, little bit inside, 1-0.
And when you're down 2-1 late in the ball game, you need to make every at-bat count.
And this is fouled straight back. comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
Boy, and you've got to like the drama of a low-scoring game where every pitch means something.
Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count now. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Just does stay alive as this is fouled back. And he struck him out, so he's down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. With that, we'll give you a look at our starter comparison for the 2 starting pitchers in the game, and the column to look at is the one on the right side of your screen. Not too many hits to go around at this point in the ballgame. Cameron Maben will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. Time called here, as with the potential tying run aboard, they'll make the move to get a little more speed out there. Now here's a ball hit high and deep out to left center field. In there, a base hit. And McLeod gets this in off the wall. Now it's cut off, a throw to the plate, but not in time. And just like that, this ball game is tied.
Well, a lot of times as a pinch hitter, you'd like to take a pitch or two just to get the feel for things, but he's a first pitch swinger there, and he comes through.
Eric O'Flaherty is going to have his work cut out for him here. Runner at second, 1 away, and it's back to the top of the order now for Johnny Damon. And this is ripped down the first base line, but a foul ball here, 0-1. And now we see the new Braves closer Billy Wagner up and throwing in the bullpen. And that misses downstairs for a ball, 1-1.
And a good opportunity now to take their first lead of the afternoon.
And a good swing there as this one's carrying well out to deep right field. And gone! A home run! A 2-run shot for Johnny Damon. As they take the lead, it's now 4-2.
Well, looks like the fireworks came a day early this year. That ball is hammered out of here. Boy, save that one for the 4th of July.
Manny Acosta will come out and take the ball here as he'll be making his 15th appearance of the year. Chris Coghlan will try again, 0 for 3 thus far. Outside with the fastball, that's 1-0.
And boy, both of these pitchers were strong early on, but both are falling apart a bit here the second time around.
Ball 2.
And this has been a well-played ball game. No errors on either side.
Now a swing and a hard hit ball back through the box. And that'll get through into center field for a base hit.
And I'll tell you what, when you've got a base stealer like this on at first, you don't want to play too close to the vest here. Let her hang. Use that speed as a weapon.
Hanley Ramirez will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Now a bullet toward third, and he is going to reach. It's a base hit.
And as the summer's heating up, so is his bat. Look at this swing here in show motion. He's definitely got it working now.
Dan Ugla will stand in to try it again, already with one home run of the ball game, and on cue, there it was back in the 7th inning, a solo shot that provided quite a spark for these guys. And there's ball 4 now, so the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk, and the force at the plate is in order.
And now you got to figure on a ground ball, they'll play double play depth up the middle, but the corners will come home with it.
Jesse Chavez is going to have his work cut out for him here. So bases are loaded. Nowhere to put him with one away. And that'll bring in the third baseman, Jorge Cantu. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here, 0-1.
And this reminds me of that old line, I wouldn't give this spot to a leopard.
3 runs already home here. And this is sliced foul into the stands and right, out of play. From the belt, the pitch. And he will look at a called third strike. Oh, and a big one there as the bases stay loaded, and there are 2 gone now.
Oh, that'll chap you as a hitter. Striking out with the bases loaded? Man, he'll want to bite his lumber in half on the way back to the dugout.
Cody Ross can break this one wide open now if he can find a gap here with the bases loaded. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
And now you got to think a base hit here would effectively end it.
2 out, bases loaded. From the belt, kicks and deals. 1-1.
Some anxious moments in that dugout now.
Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1.
And this could be the knockout punch if he can do some damage here.
swing and a ball pulled down the line to third. A dive from Chipper, but it's past him down the left field line. And the second run will score here as they open things up to a 6-2 advantage.
Boy, and a big time to come through with that one. 2 more runs are in to score, and those are important runs, by the way, as that makes this a 4-run lead here in the 8th inning.
Takashi Saito will come on looking to get the final out of the inning. Emilio Bonifacio will take his first cuts of the ball game here. Now it looks like the Braves are going to get a lefty up and throwing in their bullpen. Breaking ball as this runs in on him, and he has to step out of the way that time.
And he's obviously not trying to hit him there. He just let that one get away from him.
Now the 1-0 to Bonifacio. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
And compounding matters here is the fact he's throwing a lot of pitches in the inning.
And this pitch is inside, and he can't find the zone all of a sudden. 3-0.
And now that strike zone's starting to dance around on him a bit.
Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now.
And he can't afford to walk him right here, so I might be looking for another fastball at the plate on 3-1.
The 3-1. Full count now, 3-2.
Runners will be off with the pitch now, so a ball in the alley would be big trouble.
And he turns on it, hits it high and deep out to center field. McLeod is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. So a very good outburst here as 5 runs come across and allow them to take the lead. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Marlins on top, 6-2. Jose Veras will come on now as he'll be appearing in his 45th game this year. Ronnie Paulino is on now as a defensive replacement. Chipper Jones will lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 8. Fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
And with the 3, 4, and 5 guys due up, it would seem to be now or never time. They've got to get something going.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Hit high but foul as that'll get in amongst the fans. And now the Marlins bullpen will swing into action as a lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. Takes a good swing, but this will be a foul ball. Taken that time by Chipper as the count draws even at 2-2. Curveball, strike 3 called, and he didn't like it, but there's the first out.
And anytime a catcher has to reach that far to get it, that ball's usually off the corner. I think they caught a break there.
Brian McCann will be the batter. A couple of singles to his credit thus far. Fastball probably could have gone either way, but ruled a ball 1-0.
And this crowd really hasn't been much of a factor here to this point.
The 1-0 now to McCann. And this is just off the outside corner, ball 2.
And this guy's got 2 of their 4 hits this afternoon, so he's been one of their lone bright spots.
Now a bullet to first, but taken in over at first for the second out, as that might have been extra bases if it were 3 feet higher.
Great job so far of coming in and getting the first 2 outs late in the game.
Nate McLouth will stand in. Base on balls his last time. Hit hard down the right field line, but that's a foul ball. Now here's the pitch. And a ball outside apparently. 1-1.
Ah, come on already.
Swing and a high pop-up toward the stands behind third. Near the stands, and he brings this one back in. He took that right out of the first row. Wow! So they go quietly here in this half inning. We've played 8 full. It's the Marlins 6 and the Braves 2. And since we have another quick moment, time for one last check today at what's going on the National League scoreboard. Mike Karp will get us started as they look for a little insurance here in the top of the ninth. A chance for Chipper at third. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway.
And this is what a good sinker baller will do. Pitch to contact and hope they hit it at someone. Worked like a charm there.
Number 7 will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. First pitch here is reached for and hit on the ground to third. Throw on to first, 2 gone. Johnny Damon will stand in again as we take you back now to the 8th inning, and this was a big one. The 2-run shot that helped get us to where we are now. first pitch is a curveball that's inside, 1-0.
And that's not the good curveball there to start things out. He'll break off a sharper one with 2 strikes.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Lays off again, and it's 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. Ball 3-0.
And you don't want this inning to go any further than this, so I think he'll probably get something to hit here.
And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
Set the first 2 batters of the inning down in very short order, but now he's going to have to bounce back after that 2-out walk.
Chris Coughlin will step in. Singled and came around to score his last time. And he gets ahead 0-1.
And with 2 outs and the number 2 hitter at the plate, this is a good time to steal, so you'd better keep your eye on him over there at first base.
And this is near the line, but foul wide of first. Now ball hit toward third, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Damon leads. Here's the pitch. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit in the air out to straightaway left. Cabrera is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So no runs here on no hits, no errors, and a runner left. 6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters scheduled to start the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Marlins 6 and the Braves 2. So a new pitcher is set to go now, as we'll see the right-hander Brian Sanchez get the call. Melky Cabrera will stand in. Base on balls his last time. Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball 1.
And here in the 9th, it's going to take all hands on deck if these guys want to make a game of it.
Now the pitch. Called strike at the knees, 1-1.
And this is the 5th pitcher they've used in the ball game, so that bullpen's getting awfully lonely down there.
Fastball called strike, 1-2.
Gotta turn him loose now.
And that's going to be high, 2-2 now. Sets the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
You can afford to be careful here with a 4-run lead, but you really don't want to be walking people at this stage.
And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. Boy, Boy, really making him work now as the 7th pitch of the at-bat is also fouled away, so the count will hold steady at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away. And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. Throw on to first by Cantu, 1 gone.
Couple of outs away now from picking up the first 2 games of this series on the road. That's exactly the kind of result you're looking for when you're away from home.
Barbaro Canizares will stand in 0 for 2 thus far. Swing, and he shatters the bat as this is hit on the ground. This is foul for the first strike. The pitch. And this is taken for a ball inside. Don't know exactly where that would have missed, but it's 1-1.
That 5-run 8th really took the wind right out of their sails.
Oh, and he took a big swing at that one as this is driven out to deep left center field. Long run, but he tracks this one down out there for the 2nd out. Nice play.
1 out away from wrapping this one up now. I think this one's all over but the shouting.
Matt Diaz will stand in as their last chance now. Sends a fastball out to left field and fairly well hit. Looking up is Coughlin, but that ball is gone. So a solo shot here to left center field, number 10 for him on the year. And with that, it's now a 6-3 ball game.
Well, you might foul this under too little too late, but this home run's going to cut into that lead just a bit. This one might not be over yet.
Gregor Blanco will be charged with the job of getting that guy home as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at third. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Up with it is Ugla. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over.
And guys, you can bet their manager is going to like this. They win the first 2 games of this 3-game series on the road, and now they have a chance to go for the sweep tomorrow.
Good offensive performance here, but I think we can agree on naming this fella right here as our top player of the game.
Yeah, man, you can see a couple of hits, including an important home run, and he really supplied the difference in this game as far as I'm concerned.
So that'll just about do it. For Dave Campbell, Rex Hudler, and our entire crew, this is Matt Vasgersian saying thanks for being with us this afternoon. This has been a presentation of MLB 10 The Show. For more, log on to MLB10theshow.com. The Marlins win it 6-3. Post-game highlights are next. We'll see you next time from Atlanta.